Hey, trash wife.
Just suddenly going on the attack, huh? That isn't the way you should be talking to your wife, is it?
I heard what you did. I'm not very impressed with you.
I can't really guess how you want me to respond to you. Well, fine. So, what did you hear?
I heard that you made a reservation to take your father to a really nice steak restaurant for his 60th birthday. Am I mistaken? Why did you go and decide that all on your own?
Huh? What do you mean? Is it really something I need to consult with you over? What's so wrong with making a reservation for my father's birthday? It's his 60th birthday, and I'm the oldest, so amongst my siblings, I should be the one planning it. If I didn't make the reservation, who do you think should have done it?
That isn't the issue. Obviously, you can be the one making the plans for your father's birthday. That's not what I care about. Why would you waste so much money on that sort of thing?
You think having a nice party for my father's 60th birthday is a waste of money?
It's not like turning 60 is that big of a deal. You didn't have to break the bank on just some birthday. It's such a waste of money. You didn't even consult me. Were you trying to piss me off? Is this your idea of some kind of joke?
Wait a second. Don't just fly off the handle. If you have an issue with how you spent the money, we should be having a rational and adult conversation. There is no reason for you to just explode on me like this. I didn't do anything totally unreasonable. Why do you think making a reservation for my father's 60th birthday is a waste of money?
Because it obviously is. It's a birthday. Who cares? Besides, the money you're using is my money. It isn't yours to do with as you please. I got divorced with a woman for squandering our money. I'll get another one if you just end up doing the same thing.
Are you bringing that up again? Recently, whenever we fight, you've been saying the same thing. You always bring up your previous marriage and your divorce. If you think you're just joking around, I think you better cut it out soon, though.
I'm not joking. I'm deadly serious. If you keep this up, I'm going to ask for a divorce. If you start getting too cocky, I'm really going to do it. I'm not interested in having my wife take advantage of me. I'm not going to be troubled by my wife's selfish desires. You can struggle in this marriage, but I'm not going to.
I don't think it's a waste of money to do something nice for my father on his 60th birthday, though. He's only going to have one 60th birthday in his entire life. It's a big year, and he deserves a nice day. We're going to get together at my brother's place.
That has nothing to do with me, so I don't want to spend money on it. To make everything worse, I can't believe you would get a reservation at that high-end steak place. It's so difficult to even get a reservation there. Don't you think you're going a little over the top for a birthday?
Over the top? Don't you think that's a little off from this situation?
Nope. I think it's basically spot on. That restaurant is incredibly difficult to get a reservation at. I'll go, so let me take the reservation.
What are you saying? That doesn't make any sense. You're mad at me for spending money there, so you're gonna go instead and do the same thing? I'm surprised at how self-centered you're being. That's the only thing that's over the top in this situation.
You're surprised? I'm the one who should be surprised. I'm surprised at just how disrespectful you're getting with me. Don't you know your place? You're my wife, and you should do as you're told. You're going to use a place like that just to celebrate your father's birthday? That's way too normal an occasion for just a high-end restaurant. You don't have an ounce of common sense, do you?
Then what do you think would be a fitting use of such a restaurant? I don't really get what you're imagining would be a more suitable occasion.
I'll use that reservation. I'll be able to find a more suitable use for it than you. I can use it for business, so just hand the reservation over to me.
I don't really understand what you're trying to say. Could you try to calm down and explain yourself more clearly? Couldn't you just make a reservation at the same place if you wanted to use it for business?
Are you going to keep talking back to me? You're my wife, so do as you're told and give me the reservation. I don't want to hear any more sass out of you. A wife should obey whatever her husband tells her, so why won't you listen to what I'm saying? Do you actually know what being a wife entails?
No, I think that way of thinking is far too out of date. And don't we both work? Don't you think you're treating me too much as your servant despite that? I'm not your property to do with as you please.
The fact that we're both working has nothing to do with anything. You're my wife, and a wife will always be a wife. So you need to start acting like a wife.
You're telling me to act like a wife? Pete, we both bring in similar amounts of money, but you do zero housework. I don't think I've ever seen you lift a single finger to help out around the house. You stay out all night without even asking me. And you just take out whatever money you want to spend on whatever you want without ever consulting me.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. It's my money. I'm the one who made it. I should be able to spend it however I want.
I'm using the money that I made, so it should have nothing to do with you, right? Besides, I know you're really into betting on sports, and I haven't said a thing about it.
Why are you bringing that up all of a sudden? That has nothing to do with you, so why would I need to inform you?
You're right. If what you are doing with your money has nothing to do with me, then what I'm doing with my money has nothing to do with you. I made the reservation for my father. The whole evening will be for my father. You don't even need to know about it. Why are you being so obnoxious about how your wife spends the money that she earned herself?
That's because you're my wife. It's different because you're a woman. A man should be able to do whatever he wants, and his woman should do whatever he wants. I can't forgive my wife for getting her place and doing whatever she wants to do without my permission. Without the permission of her man.
It's not that big of a deal. You're being ridiculous. The matter of my father's birthday has already been decided, so just drop it already. Don't complain to me about this anymore, okay?
I'm going to use that reservation tomorrow. Just thought I should let you know.
I'm sorry?
I told you before. Weren't you listening? You don't deserve to go to a restaurant like that, especially not for something like your father's birthday. I'm using that reservation instead, so thanks.
What are you talking about?
I'm more important, so you don't need to go. I'll make better use of the experience anyways. I'm taking the reservation. Going to a restaurant like that for your father's birthday is a waste of money. I'm going to take that reservation and take the president of my company there.
Huh? Who are you?
What do you mean by that?
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Quit making weird jokes. This is going to happen whether you like it or not. So just don't start pissing me off.
I'm really quite sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't think you know me at all, but those really are some pompous messages to be sending to somebody. What in the world could you be thinking, sending messages like that to somebody?
Huh? Stop pretending like you're a stranger. Quit screwing around. You're my wife, aren't you? This isn't funny. Stop joking around.
We're already getting divorced, so shouldn't we treat each other like strangers now?
What are you saying? We're already divorced?
Yeah, those divorce papers you kept bringing up in fights? Well, I signed them and took them into the county office, so we should be divorced now.
Huh? What do you mean, divorce papers?
I mean, you were bringing them up all the time. Could it be that you'd forgotten? I made sure to fill them out properly, sign them, and bring them to the county office, so we should be complete strangers at this point. So, who are you?
What are you saying? I'm sick of your dumb jokes. Why are you talking about divorce? Oh, the divorce papers. Don't tell me you threw those out, didn't you? You didn't actually do what you're saying you did, right?
If by threw them out, you mean signed them and officially submitted them, then yes, I did. I thought it was the perfect opportunity, so I made sure to get them right to the county office as quick as humanly possible. I'm really thankful you kept shoving the idea of divorce in my face.
The perfect opportunity? Why would you say something like that? Cut these stupid jokes out right now. I'm not in the mood.
How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not joking? We are already finished. There is nothing left here. How many times do I have to say it before it gets through that thick skull of yours? It's all thanks to you, too. I really must thank you for helping me get out of that marriage. It took me far too long to realize I was married to a chauvinist pig. But the divorce is already set. Everything has been resolved. It's over. Nothing left but the crying. Although I've got nothing to cry about. Do you? Oh, by the way, you haven't tried to go home recently, have you? Just been staying out all night, huh? I haven't been there for a while at this point either.
Wait. What are you saying? You can't possibly be serious.
You're a stranger to me now, so I don't really think I need to continue this conversation. As a free woman, I'm free to use my money as I please. So it's really not any of some strange man's business, is it?
Come on, this is nonsense. I'm really about done with the stupidity.
Cut it out! Don't get so haughty with somebody you don't even know. Did you think I'd always be your whipping boy? That I'd just obey every little thing that you said?
Wait, I really don't understand what you're talking about. You need to explain what's going on better. What's happened? We're divorced? What about our stuff?
You shoved those divorce papers in my face every time we had an argument, so I signed them and took them to the county office. We are now divorced. You are a stranger, so stop talking to me. Didn't you think I might actually hand the divorce papers in if you kept shoving them in my face?
You didn't seem like you wanted to get divorced at all. Are you going to be in trouble without me? Aren't you going to be sad?
Huh? Why? Why would I be in trouble? Why would I be sad?
You mean you aren't going to miss me? Aren't you going to struggle without me?
Being with you is a far bigger pain than not being with you. I was honestly shocked how many fewer problems I had with you out of my life than with you in it.
You've got to be lying. You're just lying to make me feel worse about the situation, but I know the truth. You're crushed without me, aren't you?
Hadn't you noticed that you had burned every last drop of affection your wife had for you? You really are a world-class idiot. You don't use your head much, do you? I've already completely given up on you. I feel nothing for you. I'm sick of your attitude. There is no love left between us. At least, there isn't any coming from me.
What? There's no way that's true. I don't believe you. Stop lying to yourself and to me. Didn't we get along well at home? You were doing the housework and everything, weren't you?
You're mistaken if you think that me doing the housework was somehow evidence that things were good at home. I did it because I lived there, and I didn't want to live in filth. That's the only reason I was doing the housework.
Huh? But
nothing, right? The nail in the coffin was the fact that you complain about me celebrating my father's 60th birthday. You tried to act like you could bring your boss or somebody important, but you were never going to do anything of the sort, were you? You were trying to take the reservation from me just to take out another girl, weren't you?
what are you trying to say? I wouldn't do something like that.
You really are just a piece of trash, aren't you? I mean, to lie about wanting to take the reservation to try and buddy up to your boss. SMH. You already found out about that woman you're going out with, so you don't need to embarrass yourself by trying to hide it.
Wait. I really have no idea what you're talking about. There is genuinely no other girl. What's the supposed girl's name?
You're the one who should know the answer to that the best. Did you really think I didn't know about the girl you've been out with all night long?
Wait. How do you know about that, Betty? Look, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember telling you about that, so you must be mistaken.
You didn't, did you? But that isn't something you'd tell your wife normally, is it? But I'd already gathered all of the evidence. The love you used to have for me seemed exhausted, and it seemed that you had started getting prepared for divorce. That's why you were constantly shoving those divorce papers in my face. But I honestly felt lucky about the whole situation. You were putting the escape route right in front of me to make me feel bad, but instead, you just made me relieved that it was going to be so easy to escape.
What? You felt lucky? How could you say such a thing? Are you trying to tell me that you wanted to get divorced before I did that?
I am saying that, huh? I guess I must have for it to come out like that. Don't you know why? Like, try asking yourself, why would my wife have wanted to get divorced? Really sit on that question and give it a ponder. And then let me know what answers squirm their way into that brain of yours. I haven't been putting money into our joint bank account for several months now.
You hadn't been?
I saw that you were using too much of the money without consulting me. I knew I had to get the money you were skimming from me back, so I hatched a plan. To get that money back, I thought I'd stop putting money in there.
Oh, is that what happened? Then were you planning on stealing it all out at once?
Rather than stealing it, I just decided to stop putting any money in it at all. Hadn't you noticed that more money was coming out of that account than you were putting into it?
Then could I have been running an overdraft?
I don't know. I wasn't looking at the account after I stopped putting money into it, so why would I know what the situation was like in there? You should probably look into it for yourself, though, huh? You're going to be living on your own from now on anyways.
Wait, I didn't know about this. I could really owe a lot of money. Why were you so prepared to get divorced anyways? I wasn't seriously thinking about getting a divorce, so why would you leap at the opportunity to get one?
You actually admitted it. Then, why did you keep shoving the divorce papers in my face? What were you hoping would happen?
No, my intentions weren't to get a divorce. It was just to set a line in the sand to bring the argument to an end. I just wanted you to do what I was telling you to.
To bring an end to the fight? To get me to do what you were ordering me to do? Guess that strategy blew up in your face. I guess you just lost the fight for yourself in the end, huh? I had no intention in fighting with you, but you just wouldn't let things go. You shoved those divorce papers in my face, so I just filled them out and brought them to the courthouse. Clearly, I thought it was what you wanted. Do you think there's anything strange about the way I handled it?
Yeah, that's definitely strange. You didn't say a word to me about getting divorced, but you just up and filed the paperwork for one.
You're so annoying. What a self-centered man. Can you just shut up already? You're the one who said that you wanted to get a divorce first, weren't you? Why should I bother telling you that I also want to get a divorce? The entire thing is already settled. If you don't like it, well, I guess you should have chosen your words better from the beginning, huh?
Wait, are we really actually divorced? That can't be true, though. I never intended to get a divorce, you know. You can't leave me.
You never intended to get a divorce? Oh no, that's too bad. Guess we're already divorced, so nothing can be done about it now, huh? Maybe you shouldn't have acted like the king of the castle so much. This is just the outcome you get for being so pompous. You were always looking down on me, weren't you? You considered me lesser than you because you consider women lesser than you. But in the end, I guess it's you who is all upset because I tossed you to the curb, huh? How does it feel to have a woman look down on you? Do you feel pathetic?
You can't look down on me. I'm a man. How dare you look down on me? What have I ever done to you? I only ever treated you like my wife.
All you ever thought of was yourself. You only cared that you were having a good time and that things were going well for you. But you never cared a bit about how I felt. You've never done a single thing for me, have you? If anybody should have the right to complain now, it should be me. Well, anyhow, I collected my divorce settlement already from that joint account, so I don't really feel the need to complain.
What? A divorce settlement? You took a divorce settlement from our joint bank account?
I mean, you were cheating on me with that woman, so I thought I probably deserved a decent settlement. I know all about that situation already. It was with one of the newer staff at your job, right? You really gave it to her, didn't you? I just made sure I got my fair share of the assets for all that you had done to me. I've also sent off a notice of your affair to your company. I'm sure they'd like to know that you were screwing your assistant. That definitely didn't violate any company policies, right? I had to make sure your company knew about all of your secrets. I wouldn't want you to do anything untoward to anybody else.
I'm asking you to just hold on a second. Let's have a serious conversation. Stop screwing around with me. What are you really trying to do? What do you actually want? You can't send something like that to my company. You've got to cut this out. What are you going to do if this affects my chances at future promotions?
Oh, and why should I care if it does? It's a result of your own actions, so any consequences that come about are just desserts in my book. At the very least, I've got to share the information I have on you.
I'm sorry. I will never do anything like this again. So please just forgive me. I don't want to get divorced. I was bad. I'm sorry that I've done these things, but I'm begging you not to send anything to my company. It will end me.
Yeah, I know all of that.
Then forgive me, please.
We're already divorced, so isn't it way too late to ask for my forgiveness? You're just a piece of trash that puts your own convenience over your wife's. What incredible pride you had. I don't know what is going to happen in your life from here, and I don't care. But I think that, at the very least, I've been saved from having to be with a real piece of trash like you. Well, burn in hell! Pete begged Betty to forgive him like his life depended on it, but she never returned any of his messages. Having been completely ignored, Pete was crushed. He fell into a deep sadness when he finally came to terms with the fact that she had well and truly divorced him. After that, the losses incurred as a result of the money Betty took in the divorce settlement ended up severely crippling Pete's finances. The girl he had been sleeping around with suddenly disappeared. She no longer seemed interested in a man who was financially struggling and emotionally crippled. It seems that he had needed the income of two people to support his hedonistic lifestyle. Moreover, the large withdrawal from the joint bank account caused him to go deep into his high overdraft funds. But due to now being a single-income household, it seemed an insurmountable debt to dig himself out of. The debts pounding at Pete's door started to become too much for him. They piled up and up in his ever-cluttering house. No longer did he have a woman he could force to clean up after him.
Before long, Pete was paying off his debts with loans that he'd eventually have to pay off with more loans. It was a vicious cycle with no end in sight. The only way he could settle his debts and move on with his life was to press his nose to the grindstone and work himself ragged. Pete felt the overwhelming weight of his solitude and prayed that Betty would return to him and save him from this hell he'd fallen into. Any attempts to message these pleadings to Betty would just remain unread. There was nobody to listen to Pete's wails of pain now. What a pathetic man this former king had become. No longer did he have a servant to do his bidding. Now he just sobbed to himself while being mocked for the pathetic wretch he had become. The only option left to Pete was to no longer think so highly of himself and move far away to the middle of nowhere so that maybe he could start over. Betty was able to see the weakened visage of her husband that he had so thoroughly hidden under a veneer of pride. After ridding herself of her dreadful husband, she focused on working hard and enjoying her life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
I don't care if you're sick. That doesn't give you an excuse to slack off. You'd better clean up the house.
I'm sorry, honey. I checked my temperature and I have a high fever of 104 degrees Fahrenheit. I have a terrible headache, and I've been throwing up in the bathroom nonstop.
I left for work with an empty stomach since you didn't cook me anything for breakfast. I'm so hungry right now. What if I pass out during work?
Honey, I left you some muffins on the dinner table. We also have cereal, yogurt, and fruits in the fridge. Nick took the muffins before leaving for school this morning.
I want my usual breakfast that you prepare for me every morning. 2 fried eggs, 1 toast, and some slices of avocado on the side. You could have at least made my blueberry smoothie. And you left me a muffin? What am I to you? I'm not some peasant. I need my full meal.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't get up this morning with my headache. I can't even get out of bed.
I don't think you understand your priorities. Take some pills, take a cold shower, and do something about your fever. You're supposed to be responsible for your own health.
I told you this already. I can't get out of bed. I have no strength to move my body at all.
Then how are you texting me? I know you're just lazy. If you're able to move your fingers and type, you can get out of bed. Move it.
Typing doesn't require any strength, though. It's just my fingers. I can't move my body. I'm still struggling to keep my mind straight. The fever is making my mind a bit foggy. I'm trying my best to keep this conversation going.
You're my wife and the mother of our son. You need to get it together and do your job. What are we gonna do if you can't cook?
Just order some takeout. I'm unable to cook today. I'm too sick for that.
Takeout? You're kidding, right? There's no way we're putting such nasty food into our bodies. Do you know how terrible they are for your health? So much sodium, sugar, trans fats. It's highly processed. How dare you, as a mother, suggest ordering takeout for our son? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Don't be so dramatic. It's only for one day. Nothing's gonna ruin your guy's health. Just give me a day for me to recover. I'll be back with freshly cooked meals in no time.
What if Nick and I get sick and malnourished from not eating anything decent? How will you take responsibility?
Again, you're overreacting. Not all takeout foods are bad for you. There are healthy options out there.
I don't care. We are not getting takeout. It's unacceptable. I'm worried for Nick. I hope he doesn't grow up to become like you. What if he thinks it's okay to skip school just because of having a fever? Don't be a bad influence.
Staying home when you're sick is the right choice. We don't want our son to spread viruses or let alone get his symptoms worse by making him go to school when he's sick.
Well, it doesn't work like that in the real world. You gotta work to get paid. No excuse to skip work. A fever is basically nothing. You can't skip work with such a bad excuse.
Okay, fine. I understand your point. Will you let me get some rest now? I want to recover so I can be a good wife and cook for you guys again.
You have no time to rest. What about laundry? The dishes, they're all piled up. Who was gonna do them?
How many times do I have to remind you? I have a high fever. I have no strength to get up or move my body.
I want steak and lasagna for dinner today. Also, a Caesar salad on the side and cream of mushroom soup.
There's no way in hell I'd be able to cook all that in this condition.
Fine. What about chicken parmesan? You know they're my favorite.
Yeah, no. That takes too much time and effort. Trust me, I'd love to cook you steak, lasagna, chicken parmesan, and all the dishes out there. But just not today. I'm sick.
Then what am I supposed to eat tonight? Are you gonna make me starve to death?
Honey, why are you overreacting so much? Why don't you take Nick to the diner? They've got plenty of options to choose from. I'm sure Nick would love that. You should spend some quality father and son time too while you're there.
Are you serious? It is too expensive to eat out. You could make the same meal much cheaper. It doesn't make sense that I have to make my way out all just because you got sick. I don't deserve to be treated this way.
I'm not telling you to go to an expensive restaurant. There are cheap places too.
It's my money that you're talking about. My money that I worked for. My money that I earned. You're in no position to tell me how I should spend it. Plus, if I spend my money to go out to eat, I wouldn't be able to save it for my deposit. I know how to save money, unlike you.
How do you expect me to save a deposit when you only give me $600 per month for living expenses?
Are you saying it's my fault? I don't understand how you'd have the audacity to blame it on me. It's not my problem that you can't use your money wisely.
That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
It's too late.
What?
You better prepare yourself, Lucy. Because I'm gonna let your fever's temperature drop in 5 seconds.
Thanks, but I'm taking medicine.
Funny, that's not what I meant though.
I'll be fine if I get some rest like my doctors told me to do so.
I know you more than those stupid doctors. Let me handle it.
Okay, whatever. I just need to get some sleep now. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Lucy. How's your fever? Did my plan work?
I can't believe you do this to me, Andrew.
I poured you some ice water while you were asleep. That should not only decrease your fever temperature, but wake you up.
My mattress, bed sheets, everything is wet. How dare you?
Oh, calm down. I was just doing you a favor.
How am I supposed to sleep tonight when my bed is all ruined?
I stopped the gas, so you won't be getting any hot water anymore. Don't even try to warm yourself up by taking a bath.
I knew there was something wrong with the faucet. You were the one who did all this. Why are you doing this?
I did this to lower your fever temperature. You should be thanking me.
This isn't helping at all. Where's the gas tap? Is it in the basement? I've never touched it before. I don't know if I can change it back to how it was.
Don't do anything. Just keep cooling off. You need this.
Are you kidding? This is abuse. You're making my fever get worse by doing this.
Go and check your temperature then. It should be lower.
I don't think that's how it works. You're a grown adult, and you don't know how basic science works, do you?
Are you mocking me? I know how things work. That's why I'm trying to cool you off.
I guess there's no reason for us to talk since we're not agreeing on anything right now. I'm tired of everything.
What?
I've endured all these years. I was willing to accept the fact that you rarely help out with chores and taking care of Nick, like all of my other friends. I thought it was better than not having a father at all. I didn't want Nick to compare himself with others who have a father. I endured all these years for Nick, but I can't take it anymore.
What are you trying to say?
You poured ice-cold water on me while I was asleep. Do you think I could forgive you for what you pulled off?
I did it for you. I was trying to help you. I made my way home early so that I could do you a favor. Why can't you be grateful?
How is it normal human behavior to pour a tub of ice-cold water on your sick wife while she's asleep? Let me tell you this. Normal people would usually offer oatmeal, soup, Jell-O, ice cream. Things like that when someone's sick.
Are you saying that I'm not normal? It was my way of showing love.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or serious.
Either way, I didn't appreciate what you did to me.
You are such a brat. You could have been grateful and thanked me.
I'm leaving.
What?
I'm leaving you and I'm taking Nick with me.
Don't you dare leave with Nick. He's staying with me.
How can I trust you with him when you don't even know how to take care of your sick wife? I'm afraid that you'd neglect him or even worse, abuse him. I don't trust you.
I'm his father. I can take care of him.
What's his favorite food? What allergies does he have? Do you know which vaccines he's taken?
Well, I know he's allergic to peanuts. As far as I know, he'll eat anything. He's a growing boy. I can take care of the vaccines and stuff. I know what I'm doing.
What about the day you work late? How are you going to take care of him? Are you able to pick him up after school? Who's going to take him to baseball practice?
Jeez, calm down. I'll let him figure it out on his own. It's better that he become independent at such a young age.
Andrew, he's only 10. I guess there's your answer. There's no way in hell I'm leaving Nick with you.
Oh, come on. I'll ask my mom to help.
I knew you were gonna say that.
After Dad died, she's been all lonely. I think that she would love the company too. I know she'd say yes. She loves Nick. What kind of a grandmother wouldn't love to take care of their grandchild? She'd do an incredible job taking care of him.
I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Looks like the cold water is working.
I have really bad shivers. This is bad.
No, it's a good sign. It means your body is trying to fight off the fever.
Help.
Since it looks like you're recovering, you can cook dinner tonight, right? I'll be looking forward to my steak and lasagna. Make sure the steak is medium rare. Also, don't forget to put extra Parmesan on my Caesar salad, because last time you screwed up.
Nick!
Huh? Nick is at school. Are you hallucinating or something? Oh, quit screwing around and go get some groceries, do the laundry, and wash the dishes. See ya. Talk to you later. How's your fever? Feeling any better?
Mommy is in the hospital.
Huh? Is that you, Nick? What are you doing with your mom's phone? Where are you right now?
I'm at the hospital with Mom right now.
Which hospital? I'll come and pick you up.
Don't come. No one wants you here. Everyone is angry with you.
Nick, what's wrong? Don't be like that. Also, what do you mean by everyone being angry with me? Who are you with right now?
I'm with Grandpa and Grandma. They're angry at you.
They're here? By the way, aren't you supposed to be at school right now?
Today was a half day. It was my last day of school before summer vacation.
Oh, right. Why are you at the hospital?
When I came home from school, Mommy was lying on the floor. I thought she was sleeping at first, but she told me to call Grandma. So I called Grandma and told her what was going on.
Did Grandma call the ambulance?
No, I did. I told them our address and everything.
Wow, I'm impressed. Great job, kiddo. Where'd you learn to do that?
Mommy taught me. She always teaches me things.
Nick, why didn't you call me first? I could have helped you.
Mommy told me not to tell you.
What? Why would she say that? Is she okay?
She was up a few minutes ago, but now she's sleeping again. Grandma is taking care of the bed and mattress. She said she's going to put them in the dryer.
I see.
Why was it wet?
Who knows? Mommy might have spilled. She's so clumsy, isn't she?
Why are you such a liar, Daddy?
Excuse me?
Grandpa saw your text with Mommy. He read everything. You pour cold water on Mommy to make her fever go down, right?
I was just playing around with Mommy. It's what adults do. You'll understand when you get older.
The police are on their way to talk to you.
What, police? Why are they getting involved in this?
Grandpa called them just now. He was super angry. He said you need to learn some lesson.
Wait, hold on. Is Grandpa with you right now?
Yeah, he is.
Can you hand the phone to him? I want to speak to him.
Okay, hold on.
This is Robert. What do you want, Andrew? Robert, hi. I need you to hear me out. Look, I'm really sorry about what happened to Lucy, but I was just trying to help. You were trying to help? You poured ice-cold water on my daughter. How was that an act of helping someone? It's more like abuse. Shame on you. You deserve to be punished. Please, it wasn't like that. It's a common thing to do where I grew up. When you have a high fever, pouring ice-cold water over your head helps reduce your temperature. My family used to do it to me when I was a child. Sir, I hope you understand. This is all a misunderstanding. I would never do anything to harm Lucy. I see. I'll ask your mother to confirm your story then. Oh, I mean, I doubt that she remembers any of what she did to me when I was a young boy. That lady is getting old, if you know what I mean. No, I'll call her. If she doesn't remember, then that's fine. I just have to hear the truth out of her since I don't trust you. Oh, she's busy. I don't think she'll be able to take the phone call. Why does it seem like you're trying hard to stop me from speaking to your mother? Oh, I already know the truth, Andrew. I've checked the text conversations you had with Lucy. You verbally abused my sick daughter, and the texts show that you purposely poured ice-cold water on her. It is truly disgusting what you did to my daughter. I will never forgive you. I'm sorry. Is that all you can say? Sorry? My daughter passed out from a high fever. She was in a serious danger, and it's clear that you caused this. Things could have been worse if Nick hadn't arrived home on time. He called the ambulance and even let us know about what happened. He's only 10, but he knows how to make the right choice, unlike you. You should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, as his father, I am very proud. Father? Don't be foolish. It is my daughter, Lucy, who raised Nick to become such a kind, brave boy. What did you do in raising him, huh? List at least 3 things. Well, you kept complaining and harassing Lucy all these years. You did nothing. You know what? I think now I finally understand what the real issue is here. It's you who raised Lucy, spoiling her all her life. That's why she turned out to be such a brat. Excuse me? She skipped doing chores and cooking just because she had a fever. What kind of wife does that? Are you kidding? She had a high fever of 104 degrees. Have you ever gotten sick before? How could you say such things? To be honest, I have not. I rarely get sick. Even if I did get that type of fever, I'd be able to run a marathon, no sweat. You are so ignorant. I can't believe I'm talking to an adult right now. Lucy's able to get discharged soon, right? I'll come and pick her up. She's supposed to cook me steak and lasagna tonight for dinner. If she came to the hospital, she must have received some shots and medications, right? She should be fully recovered by the afternoon. You have got to be joking. First of all, that's not how recovery works. Secondly, my daughter is not your personal chef or slave. How dare you? There's no way that I'm going to leave my daughter and grandson with you. She's my wife. Lucy's mine. Lucy is a person. She's not some object of yours or a maid that you get to boss around. Who's going to do the laundry and dishes? Who's going to cook for me? Oh, please, give me back Lucy. I feel bad for Lucy. How did I ever allow you to marry my daughter? My sweet baby girl. You don't deserve her. I'm going to come pick her up. Please, just give me the name of the hospital. There is no way that I'm giving you that information. Fine, I'll look for her. I'm her husband. I have rights. And I'm her father. I'll tell the nurses to not let you in. How is that even allowed? You can't do that. After Lucy fully recovers, we're going to the police station to press charges against you for all the abuse that you've given her. Fine, do what you want. Since when did pouring water on someone become illegal? I didn't break any law. Lucy and Nick will not be able to support themselves without me. They don't have a choice. There's no way I'm getting arrested. Things aren't like the 1950s, old man. You keep telling yourself that. Enjoy your freedom while it lasts. Hey, are you out yet? How long are you staying at the hospital? You should be fully recovered by now.
Hi, Andrew. Yes, I fully recovered now. I'm no longer at the hospital.
So, my water trick did the work. I told you so. You'd better thank me.
You're still saying that? I can't believe how stupid you are.
Huh? Anyways, guess what? I was able to fry an egg by myself for the first time in my life. I wish you'd seen me.
Congratulations.
Why don't you sound excited? Geez, you are so bitter. Are you coming home tonight? I still want my steak and lasagna for dinner. I've been craving it this entire time.
I'm not cooking for you. Go order some takeout or eat out.
What? No, you know how I feel about store food. I want homemade meals that have no weird ingredients or additives.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but you'll never get the opportunity of eating my cooked meals.
What, are you still mad? You fully recovered. Just move on already.
No. I'm someone who cares about people. If they're sick, I want to be there for them. But you're the complete opposite. You take advantage of people when they're weak and vulnerable, and you abuse them. When I saw your true colors, I knew I couldn't spend the rest of my life with you.
Well, just being there for someone won't magically cure diseases.
That's not the point, though. It's about taking care of someone. It's about having compassion and kindness for others.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll be there for you. You happy now?
It's too late. We're over. I'm filing for a divorce.
Quit it. Why are you being so dramatic? Don't be so selfish. Have you thought this through? What would happen to Nick? He is only 10. He needs a father. God knows what type of man he'll grow up to be without a father.
Well, I'm sure he'd be better off without any father rather than you being in his life.
No, this isn't happening. I won't allow it. I will take care of Nick with my mom.
Nick is saying that he doesn't want to live with you. He despises you. You might think he's young, so he doesn't understand, but he knows everything.
What? You mean he hates me?
Yes, he told me. By the way, your mother won't be coming here.
Huh? What do you mean?
When I called her, she said she has no intention of leaving her home and coming to the city.
Then who's gonna take care of our house?
Why don't you start by getting rid of your idea of gender roles? Women don't exist just to serve you like a maid. I know you mocked my father for being old-minded, but I think you need to take a look at yourself in the mirror.
No, come on, don't be like that. Just come back.
I've already moved all of my stuff from our house, so there's no need for me to go back. All I need from you is to sign the divorce papers.
What? When did you...
While you were at work.
Oh, I had no idea.
You didn't even realize the fact that Nick's things were gone. How can you call yourself a father? It shows that you only care about yourself. You don't care about your surroundings.
How about we eat dinner as a family one last time? You know, I was waiting for the steak and lasagna this entire time. I'm craving it.
Screw you and your stupid cravings! Go to Italian Garden if you're craving steak and lasagna so much. Don't you ever contact me again. We've spoken to our lawyer already. If anything, they'll contact you.
Fine, whatever. I'm gonna remarry before you know it, and I'm gonna live my best life without you.
Go ahead. I couldn't care less about you and your life.
Darn it.
After filing for divorce, Nick and I changed our last names. I feel bad for Nick that he had to go through this. None of this is his fault, but as my son, he got dragged into this. I'm grateful that with all of this happening, he still stayed by my side and is being very supportive. I pressed charges against Andrew, and he was arrested for causing bodily injury to me. He only poured cold water on me, but that made my fever get worse, causing me to pass out and get hospitalized. He was fined $5,000 and got fired from his job. Rumors spread around his hometown, and his mother even cut him off since she didn't want anything to do with him anymore. After losing everything, Andrew became homeless. I haven't told Nick what happened. I wouldn't want him to find out what kind of terrible father he had. Nick has been doing great living at my parents' house. I think I see him happier than ever. Even without a father, I hope to make my son the happiest kid in the world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.
Hey, Max. Your brother, Gary's wedding really was wonderful, wasn't it? Yeah, it definitely was. The reception was absolutely spectacular, and I think my new sister-in-law was beautiful. Oh, I know. Wasn't she just gorgeous? I guess I shouldn't have expected anything less, considering she's the daughter of a company president. But not just any company. Gary's now married to the daughter of the huge corporation he's currently working for. Gary's really done a tremendous job this time. He's managed to snag quite the catch of a wife. Maybe even the best one ever. This again. Really, Mom? Honestly, up until the wedding, you've been going on and on about how he's marrying into some serious money. I thought that maybe you would focus more on how happy Gary is to be married now that the ceremony has actually happened. But you still seem to be fixated on that and that alone. Are you expecting Gary and his wife to be living with our family at your house? Think about it. Don't you think she'd prefer to go live at her family's house? Her family probably owns some mansion or whatnot that she'd prefer to live in. No matter how you look at it, our house probably pales in comparison to anything her family owns. You might think that, but I actually heard from the lady herself that she wanted to live here. So last month I thought I had to renovate the house somehow, even if I only had the time to fix up one room. Oh, you did then? Well, don't feel like you need my permission to use the space that used to be my room. Feel free to use it however you like. Well, of course. I figured you wouldn't mind if I did something to it. After all, it's not like you're living there anymore. You've been at that apartment that's close to your work for quite a while now. I didn't think you would really need to come back here anytime soon. So, I had the wall between your room and Gary's torn down so I could connect the two rooms together. Now it's one much larger room that the two of them can use together. I threw out all of your things, too. Oh, you did, huh? You just pitched everything without asking me about any of it. Well, I guess this is about what I expected from you anyway. Well, it really shouldn't come as much of a surprise. Where would I have kept it all? If you came home for a while, there wouldn't have been a place for you to sleep apart from the sofa anyway. You should just focus on being proud of how you can be in any way useful to your amazing brother. Gary and Brianna are enjoying their honeymoon right now, but when they get back, I'll need help cleaning up the house. Why am I not surprised you would say something like that? For as long as I can remember, you've only been doting on Gary and praising him for everything he's ever done. You seem to blindly focus on him so much that it frankly felt like you were spoiling him a bit. But I guess that somehow resulted in him managing to find a wife with an extremely wealthy family like Brianna, huh? Hey, I may be your mother, but I'm only human too, you know. It should be obvious that I direct my love more towards the better person, the one who had so much potential that could meet even the loftiest of expectations. Right. And I suppose being the top of my class doesn't mean a thing towards being better in your eyes then. Not even good enough. I guess Gary was just so amazing that even my greatest achievements were just overshadowed, huh? Top of your class? Is that right? I thought you were just an average run-of-the-mill child. Were you actually top of your class? That wasn't just some lie to get my attention, was it? Just about all of my test scores were in the 99th percentile. Oh, is that so? I guess that was something that didn't really stick in my memory. Sorry. It's far past the time that I would even care about whether you remember or not anyway. Frankly, I'd say it's better that you weren't all over me like you were with Gary anyway. That looked like it wasn't much fun to deal with. By the way, have you happened to find a girlfriend yet? Actually, yes. Her name is June. Oh, then you simply must bring her to see me sometime soon. I'll be sure to ascertain whether or not she's a woman worth marrying or not. Unfortunately, I can't say I'm particularly inclined to do that. Sorry. I'm the younger son anyway, so just leave me be. Just focus on Gary like you always have been. If you care about the family legacy, he's enough. Also, that will keep me out of your hair while you're working to make the house as good as it needs to be for Gary and Brianna. No, that just won't do. Gary may just be a standard employee right now, but he's probably going to end up as an executive sooner or later. Yes, and I fail to see how that has anything to do with me. Well, once he gets promoted, he's undoubtedly going to leave our house and go live in some fancy mansion or penthouse suite or something. So, once they leave, you and your future wife are going to have to be here to take care of me. Excuse me? What, you're expecting June and me to just act as your caretakers? Save your money and move into a home if you're planning on being cared for later on in your life. There's all sorts of them out there, with plenty of different services available for all sorts of care, including care that I could never provide. What? You should be the one paying that money, not me! You're saying I alone should be paying for you to live someplace? That's ridiculous. If you're so intent on having someone else paying for you to live somewhere, why not try getting the money from your other son you love so much? As you have mentioned countless times, he did marry into quite a wealthy family, after all, not to mention his supposedly inevitable promotion. I'm only a simple employee at a small office. There's no way I'd be able to pay for something like that. But Brianna's the only child in her family. She's already going to have her hands full when it comes to taking care of her parents. When the time comes that I need care, there's no way to know if Gary will have money to spare, even though he'll be wildly successful. And so you expect the person who's making less money to somehow have enough to spare for you? That's just silly. I've had enough of this conversation. I'm off to bed. Come on! Wait a minute, Max! Hey, Max. Last night, did you happen to be walking along Birch Street with a woman? Mom, I live less than a block away from Birch Street. I walk along that street practically every day. What's wrong with that? No, you don't understand. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not asking about whether you were walking on Birch Street. I'm asking about if you had a woman with you. How do you even know about that anyway? Your house is quite a ways away from Birch Street. I saw you while I was in the car on the way back from that high-class French restaurant that's near you. Gary and Brianna have finally settled in and things have settled down, so they held a huge party to thank me for my work. Oh, that's nice. I guess you're finally getting to live the rich life of luxury that you always wanted, aren't you? How was the restaurant? Was it everything you dreamed it would be? I know how much you've always wanted to dine on fine French cuisine. Oh, it was just spectacular. Every single dish they brought out was more delicious than I could have ever imagined. But we're getting off topic again. Were you or were you not with a woman as you were walking down Birch Street? Yes, there was. Are you happy? You probably saw us as I was walking her to the train station. I've talked about her before. Remember how you were talking about how you wanted the two of us to be the ones to take care of you when you get older? How old is she? She's 26. What about it? We met in college. She was in the same class as me. Wait, if you met her in college, don't you think it's been a long time since you've started seeing her? Why haven't you started making wedding plans yet? What have you even been doing all this time? Gary's already had a fancy enough wedding for the both of us, so I wasn't in a hurry to get married myself. Knowing how much you prefer him, I figured that if I brought the idea up to you, I thought you might try to stop me from getting married before he did. Or are you telling me you would have been fine with that? No, of course not! If Gary didn't get married first, everything will just end up a complete mess. Of course, just as I expected. Clearly, it would have been better if I had just stayed quiet from the beginning. Anyway, I plan to marry her. Don't tell me you've already proposed to her! Well, I've already said some things to her that hint at what I'm thinking, but I haven't properly proposed yet, no. You need to bring her over so I can meet her properly. If we're talking about introductions, don't you think it's more important that I meet her family first? If we're going by old traditions, usually the man is the one to ask the parents for their daughter's hand. Though, considering we're not living in those times, I'd say it's more like it's better that they know their daughter is in fine hands more than anything else. And what if she ends up just bringing misfortune with her? I'm not saying it needs to be some formal introduction, just that she should come over for a little get-together of some kind. And how do you think she would feel about me not even having a room there anymore? And what's this garbage about her bringing misfortune with her? What is she to you? A black cat walking under a ladder or something? Don't be snippy with me. I mean, what if her parents are saddled with lots of debt? Or she ends up being utterly hideous or something? Or maybe it could be on the other side of the scale, and one of her relatives might be someone with lots of power and influence. Don't you think about that at all? Well, first off, I can't believe that you would be just openly concerned about whether she's hideous or not. But more importantly, aren't those all things you just want to know yourself? I can't say I really care. She is pretty, her parents don't have debt, there's no problems. You just don't understand, Max. Marriage isn't just about the two people getting married, you know that? It also involves two families coming together and really getting to know each other much better than before. It is extremely important to consider how the two families will interact with each other. Okay, if that's the case, then how are things going in terms of our family and your precious Gary's super wealthy family that he married into? I'd say there's been a pretty negligible impact on our family's end, don't you? Well, that's because all that matters is Gary managing to surpass his peers. Oh, I see. Well then, let's see if I have this straight. I'll see if I can put it as plainly as possible. All you want to know is whether or not June's family either has lots of money or has connections to high society. Am I wrong? Well, yes. I'd say that's pretty accurate. You're really just admitting it? The only thing you care about regarding my hopefully future wife is whether or not I'm marrying into money like Gary? Yes. If this June girl happened to be that sort of high-class woman, then I would stop being so concerned about it. Do you even realize what you're saying? Look, June's family is better off than ours, socially and economically. Thanks to that, June grew up a bit sheltered, I'll call it. Anyway, is that enough info for you? Then when's the ceremony going to be? When will I get to meet her family face to face? I'll arrange for a time for you to meet her family, but I'm not about to go planning some big ceremony. The amount of money it would take for something like that would be better used saving it for the future, or perhaps investing it. That's what I'm planning to do. Okay, that's it. You need to bring her here as soon as possible. Yeah, no. Aren't you busy enough with all this business with Gary? I don't see why you need to be so concerned about my life. Just leave the two of us be. Max, hold on. Max! Max, answer me already. I've got more to say about our conversation a few days ago. What is it now, Mom? You really just can't let it go, huh? Well, what is it you want to talk about then? You should know by now. It's about that woman you're seeing. You just said, leave us be, and stopped responding to any of my texts. Of course, it's just all about June again. This is exactly why I told you to leave us alone. We are quietly seeing more of each other, slowly deepening our relationship. What's so damn important that you have to butt in about it again? Where is she from? How tall is she? How much does she weigh? If she went to the same college as you, then I imagine she isn't lacking in intelligence, right? Why do you even feel the need to ask all of this? You're going to be meeting her sooner or later anyway. Then do as I asked you before and bring her here! Sure, once we've filed our marriage registration. No, that will not do at all. Don't go thinking you can just take such big steps like that on your own. You will bring her to me so I can make sure everything is all right. Make sure? What's there to make sure of? This is my choice, not yours. Look, if it'll get you to leave me alone, I'll tell you as much as I know. She's from a small town upstate, she's 5 feet tall, and I don't know her weight, but she's thin. You better not ask me to get her to clarify that last one.
So, she's a cute little girl from some podunk town in the middle of nowhere.
What, so just because she's not from a big city, she's from the middle of nowhere? How could you even say something like that? On top of that, I do hope that cute little wasn't meant as a slight against her height. She's only a little short of the national average, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, isn't there? What are you going to do if she passes on her short genes to your children? If they grow up to want to play pro football or something, no matter what skill they have, they won't have the physical strength to make the cut.
Then they'll be short. If they grow up to want to go into sports, then we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But that doesn't matter right now. I think that's far from the first thing to be worrying about. I'd be surprised if that sort of problem even came up at all. Don't you think you're worrying way too much about this? You're going completely overboard here.
Well, look at Gary and Brianna as the comparison. Just look at all of the wonderful things about them. Gary's 5'11", while Brianna's 5'9". Gary's a great athlete and businessman, while Brianna is great both at tending a garden and playing piano. If you take Gary's smarts and strength and combine them with Brianna's beauty and skills, just imagine what kind of child could result from that. I just can't wait for the day where I get to meet my grandchildren.
So you really want to be called Grandma that much, huh?
That's not what I mean, and you know it.
Well, if you're so worried about what June's hobbies are, I know she can play piano at least. She's been forced to learn it for much of her childhood. It's not like she was aiming to go to a music school for her whole life or anything, though. She basically stopped practicing after middle school or so.
Ah, so she's been learning piano since she was little then? I suppose she might be a reasonably nice woman at least, then. It's a shame she wasn't learning something like violin instead. Then I could imagine her being a proper woman of class with a good upbringing.
What are you even talking about? Are you seriously saying you judge someone's social status based on what instrument they learned as a kid?
I'm not finished yet. Don't be rude. Anyway, how much does June make then? What sort of work does she do?
Well, at college, I was in the economics department, but she was in law. So right now she's working hard as a newly licensed attorney.
What? She's licensed to practice law? I guess that is a point in her favor then. But still, don't forget that marriage isn't just between the two of you. It's two families joining together. Even if the woman in question is good, if her parents are worthless, then the wedding's not going to happen.
Right. So I guess that means this won't happen at all, right? Considering how you're the worthless parent in the equation here. Mom, did you say or do something to June? Don't try to tell me you don't remember.
No, I haven't really done anything. I only really wanted to look into something. So I sent her a letter. That's all.
So you have done something.
As for what I was looking into, it had to do with that little hayseed's hick hometown. She may be putting on the face of a lawyer, but a country bumpkin is still a country bumpkin.
Oh, wow. How scathing. I didn't expect this from you at all. Oh, wait, I did, because you haven't deviated from your apparent determination to badmouth my girlfriend and her family. Yes, her hometown is out in a more rural area, but I guarantee you her family is more well off than ours is. It's rich that you just keep going on and on with this talk.
Yes, I looked into her relatives too, and two of them seem to be representatives, sure. But they're representatives on a city council. Nothing with any weight. What power do they even have?
How should I know? I'm not trying to research how much power I'll get out of marrying a woman I love. That issue is entirely separate from my relationship with June. She's working here, and she'll be living with me here. Her parents' lives have nothing to do with this.
Look, you said earlier that they were well off, right? How can that possibly be? They're in a rural town. What could they possibly be rich from? Farming? I think you're just making it up to try to get me to stop looking into it.
What, so now you're going to start insulting farmers too? Do you have no shame? It's thanks to them that we can continue to have food to eat at all. There's nothing wrong with farming as a profession. And you are aware that there are wealthy farmers out there too, aren't you?
What? People who have just larger farms, you mean?
Yes, June's family is one of those. They have a giant farm and employ lots of staff, and they have state-of-the-art machines making things as efficient as possible as well. June isn't just some girl who grew up playing in the dirt while her parents were tilling fields. She is the daughter of a large farming conglomerate. Okay, and is there anything else good about her? What, so having a consistent supply of fresh vegetables isn't good enough for you? That's something even you could take advantage of. Nope, denied. You need to find another woman, as soon as possible. If you don't want to, I will be happy to find someone who I can set you up with. Are you insane? What makes you think you have the right to make such a decision? You won't stop me from proposing to her. I plan to do so during our date tomorrow. What? No, you can't do that. I won't allow it. If you don't do as I say, I will have no problem disowning you and taking you entirely out of my will. Understand? You won't have a family anymore. Max, you didn't do anything foolish today, did you? You didn't actually do something as stupid as propose to that dirty lawyer girl, did you? Oh, Mom, thank you for asking. Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. Not only that, I'm currently at her family's house, and we're having a nice time drinking together. You did what? You withdraw that proposal this instant and come right home. Now! I am your mother, and you will do as I say. Oh, that's a laugh. You tell me to come back home when you've destroyed my room and threw out my things? Did you forget what I told you yesterday? I told you that if you proposed to that bumpkin, I would disown you from the family. If you withdraw your proposal, I'll think about not following through with that threat. Well, I very clearly defied your demand and proposed to June anyway. You're saying that daring to propose to a woman I love will result in being disowned? Do I have that right? Then go on, disown me. Do whatever you like. I cannot believe how useless of a son you are! You are nothing compared to Gary. Do you think you could stop comparing me to him already? Gary didn't marry Brianna because she was the daughter of a wealthy family. He married the woman he loved, and the woman he loved just happened to be the daughter of a wealthy family. That's all. To put it simply, he essentially got lucky. If you could even call it that. He probably would have married her if she hadn't a cent to her name. But she is wealthy. It's thanks to Gary's strengths that he got such a wealthy wife. Look, Gary is a great businessman. I'll grant you that. However, I don't believe there's such a strength used when it comes to marriage. On top of that, marriage is between the two people getting married. The same goes for Gary and Brianna. You, Mom, have nothing to do with it. You just don't know when to shut up. How could I have raised such a terrible child? I couldn't care less what you have to say. I'm telling you that you need to listen to me because I am your mother. Understand? All children need to do as their parents say. Oh, do they now? It's a good thing you already disowned me then. Or at least you intend to. So, I have no reason to call you Mom anymore anyway. Carol. Give Dad my regards. You complete imbecile! Go and drown in the mud with your filthy farm girl. Yo, Carol! Have you been going to that high-class French place recently? What's this all of a sudden? I'm pretty sure we've already severed ties as parent and child, haven't we? Well, yeah, I was there. That said, it's not the end of the world to have some small talk with your acquaintance, Max, right? My acquaintance, huh? Anyway, have you been back to that place much? I don't think this really matters to you at all, but I'll be nice and tell you. Recently, that restaurant has suddenly just up and closed until further notice. I can't imagine why. After all, I had made plans to go there with some of the neighbors, too. It seems like they just went and suspended business completely out of nowhere. It made me look terrible in front of everyone. Without that, I can't possibly show off how rich I am. Wait, you're serious? You really were just going to a fancy restaurant just to show off how rich you were? What else can I do now? There's nothing that fancy remotely close by. I desperately want to make a reservation there, but I have no clue if or when they will ever open up again. Ah, that's unfortunate. It's a real pity, isn't it? But as a matter of fact, I happen to know why that restaurant suddenly closed. What? Don't go mouthing off about things you don't understand. It's not like someone like you has ever been there before. Sure, I may not have ever been in that restaurant, but I certainly know the flavors on offer. After all, the chef from that restaurant occasionally comes to June's house and cooks for us. What? You're saying that that's why the restaurant hasn't been open for so long now? No, of course not. June's father just calls the chef up sometimes and asks if he's free to come over and cook. The chef is paid, of course, but he likes coming because there are some ingredients he can only get his hands on here that are hard to get elsewhere. I suppose the most important part is that June's father and the chef have been good friends for a really long time, though. A number of the cooking staff at that restaurant are old friends of June's father, apparently. What do you mean by ingredients that are hard to get? You're not making any sense. A large amount of ingredients used by that restaurant, such as the cheeses and the vegetables, are produced by June's family's farm. Right now, they aren't selling a single thing to the restaurant, so it just can't open. If they buy those ingredients elsewhere, the flavor will be completely different. They aren't selling ingredients to the restaurant. Why in the world aren't they? That just causes problems for the restaurant and its customers. What a malicious farm to just suddenly stop selling their produce. If you take back and formally apologize for every disparaging remark you've made about June and give your blessing to our wedding, then they might consider starting to sell ingredients to that restaurant again. What? Also, I don't believe the shop is really having too much trouble at the moment, actually. June's father apologized for wrapping the restaurant up in his family's affairs, and has been paying them himself until they resume business. The chef I mentioned earlier also heard about the situation, and it sounds like he was fully on board with the plan. Why do I have to be the one to make an apology? I was never even given the opportunity to meet June, nor her family. Oh, hold on. I just got a message from Brianna's mother, actually. I don't have the time to deal with you right now. Oh boy, this should be good. Hey, Max. Look, there's some things I really need to apologize to you about, as your mother. What's this all of a sudden? I have a bad feeling about it, though. My not-so-dear acquaintance, Carol. If you're worried about the restaurant being able to buy ingredients again, their business should be resuming tomorrow. Please, Max. Please call me Mom again. I was just joking about the whole disowning you thing. I'll take the whole thing back, I promise. Well, this is a surprise. What happened to bring about this drastic change of heart? Did you also happen to come to hear some startling information? Startling information? Well, I heard that Brianna's family was strongly indebted to June's. Yes, that does seem to be the case, doesn't it? When Brianna's father's company had only just gotten established, their very first investors were June's family. They made pretty large investments, too. Only thanks to that initial investment was that company able to grow and flourish into the corporation it is today. I heard about how Mr. Mayo was one of the biggest investors in the company and that such a position granted him a large degree of voting power. Oh, I don't think I remember telling you June's last name. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did my best to avoid doing so. Did you look it up or something? I heard it from Brianna's mother. She told me that if Mr. Mayo got mad, things would quickly go south for the company. So she begged me not to irritate him. So by go south, you mean that Mr. Mayo might motion for a vote of no confidence in the current president at the next shareholders meeting? That current president being, of course, Brianna's father. From what I understand, Mr. Mayo originally studied law before going into agriculture, so he's well aware of the power he holds. He could buy enough stock to take control of the company and make it into a subsidiary of his own. At least, that's what Brianna's mother is telling me. If he does that, he'll gain total control, and who knows what will happen to Brianna's father once that happens. And even worse, if Mr. Mayo is angered further, Gary's whole career will vanish on the spot. Oh, wow. So you're telling me that Gary's company, the company you were extolling Gary for getting such a high position in, could become a subsidiary of a filthy farming company that you seem to hate so much? That's absolutely hysterical. That means Brianna, the daughter of a wealthy family that you love so much, will lose all of the money you've been benefiting from. Please, I'm begging you. Please forgive your foolish mother. I want to take back everything I said about disowning you. Of course I'll approve the wedding between you and June as well. I'm afraid it isn't quite that simple. Sure, I'm happy that you are finally willing to accept my marriage, but your formal apology comes first, doesn't it, Carol? You can't have forgotten all of the terrible things you said about the woman who's going to become my wife, can you? I may have said something about her being from a small town, yes. Oh no, I'm not letting you sugarcoat your own harsh words. You called her a filthy country bumpkin who wasn't worth anything as a wife. You said that, lawyer or not, she was still a country bumpkin and that I should drown in the mud with her. Now, I don't particularly care what you say to me, but you deeply insulted the people who work hard every day to supply food to this whole region. And you also made light of June being a lawyer, when she graduated top of her class and is a splendid lawyer working at a very reputable firm. How about we file a defamation suit against you, with Mr. Mayo and his family as the plaintiffs? How does that sound? Please, wait. Stop with all of these crazy jokes of yours. You're just trying to shock your poor old mother with this kind of talk, right? You told me that if I proposed to that bumpkin, you would disown me, remember? If that's the case, then I will be adopted into June's family as their son-in-law. How about we do a hostile takeover of the company Gary's working for, then? Mr. Mayo is famous in this area. It should go without saying that he has more than enough power and money to do so. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. If that happens, I won't be able to show my face in front of Brianna's parents ever again. I don't see why that should matter to me. It's not as if the reputation of someone I'm not related to matters to me in the slightest to begin with. From Mr. Mayo's house, the only scenery I can see is a seemingly endless array of fields and greenhouses. I can see mountains on the horizon as well. The kind of farming that goes on here is far beyond the pitiful scale you try to attribute it to, Carol. Are you telling me you intend to inherit Mr. Mayo's business? Well, I can't say for sure. June still holds the right to succeed the business, but she would have to choose to abandon her law career. So, if they wish me to, I will study everything I possibly can about agriculture and agricultural law so I can fulfill the role. That said, June also has a younger sister that's studying economics and agriculture, so I would say she's the likely successor at this point. Besides, what does it matter to you? What problem could you possibly have with the son you disowned taking up a career in agriculture? I'm so sorry. Please, I'll take back the disownment. I was being so shallow, thinking that being a farmer equaled being poor and other such horrible things. If I don't get this whole disownment matter voided and get Mr. Mayo to forgive me, we're all going to be finished. Is that so? Are you saying you will actually apologize to June for everything you've said then? Of course. If possible, I would like to meet their whole family in person and formally apologize as your mother. Oh, is that so? If you're actually serious, I might consider calling you Mom again. Oh, really, Max? You'll forgive me. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much. Well, I might be in a forgiving mood, but I don't know if Dad will. Huh? Did you know that I graduated at the top of my college class? I might have mentioned it before as well, but it wouldn't shock me if you forgot. I wasn't exactly aiming for big companies to work for afterwards, though. Wait, did you really have that good of grades? Yes. Dad took me out drinking to congratulate me on my achievement, too. Gary gave me a bit of money from his salary as a graduation gift as well. And you tell me that you had no idea, huh? That's a shame. I'm so sorry. I only ever paid attention to Gary. Even though the two of you were brothers, it was horrible to treat the two of you so differently. Well, frankly, I think that avoiding your attention turned out pretty well for me, as it made my life a lot easier. Right. It has gotten pretty late. But Dad told me that he needs to talk to you. Huh? Oh, yes, he really did send me something. What could it be? It might end up being quite a shocking talk. I suggest you calm down and listen to what he has to say. Now that I think of it, it wasn't just me. You actually neglected Dad quite a bit as well, didn't you? I don't think I've heard you mention him in a long time, except for when I brought him up. Huh? What do you mean by that? Well, it doesn't really matter to me. Separated or not, Parents are still connected to their children, aren't they?
What do you mean by that? Don't tell me you mean what I think you mean.
Thankfully, I managed to marry June without further trouble. It was a small affair, where we basically only took some photos and little else. The wedding may have been simple, but June and I couldn't be happier. As for the fate of Gary and his wife Brianna's family's company, things have managed to return to a state of normalcy. No hostile takeover required. And my mother, who spent her life as a mother focused on her first son, his wedding to a wealthy bride and little else, she finally provoked my mild-mannered father's wrath, and after a long marriage, they finally ended up divorcing. She did everything she could to control her sons, and it all ended in abject failure. From what I understand, my father had been suffering a long buildup of stress and anger caused by her. Anyway, my mother couldn't go to her parents' old house, so now she is living with one of her siblings in another state. I actually had known about the whole divorce plan ahead of time, thanks to my father briefing me on everything. I hope he's finally got some of that stress out of him now that everything's over with.
Thank you for watching. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment. New videos are released every day, so subscribe to see the latest videos.